Yeah, you putting those people on contracts, so all that stuff add up.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
The more people that's around helping, and people don't help for free no more like that.
That's about something else.
I'm like real life investment. Like, I know the most guaranteed stock I got is myself, so put everything I got into me.
Ooh.
Shedeur Sanders has a prime equity clause. The prime equity clause gives Sanders a percentage of all revenue generated from merchandise, sponsorships, and promotion tied to his name, imaging. He retains full ownership of all his personal media content.
Shedeur Sanders just flipped the NFL on its head with a rookie contract so explosive it's making billion-dollar owners sweat bullets. A fifth-round pick isn't supposed to pocket $14 million before his first snap, but Sanders' insane prime equity clause made it happen. And now the league is fuming because for the first time ever, a rookie quarterback owns the business game better than the NFL itself.
$250 million in rookie jersey sales for Shedeur Sanders, which means he's going to commission $14 million. He only made $4.6 million from his rookie contract. So he's already made more than most second, third, whatever rounder.
All right, let's break this down. On paper, Shedeur Sanders looks like just another rookie deal. 4 years, $4.6 million, and a signing bonus of about $447,000. That's nothing wild in NFL money. That's fifth round money. Basically, it's the kind of deal where you're expected to sit quietly, ride the bench, and hope for a bigger payday down the road. But here's the twist. Shedeur didn't just take the standard rookie package. He signed that contract and then slipped in something the NFL has never seen before. And that's the part that has everybody freaking out.
The prime equity clause gives Sanders a percentage of all revenue generated from merchandise, sponsorships, and promotion tied to his name, image, and likeness. This includes a share of sales from jerseys, apparel, and slogans, a move that turns Sanders into a business partner rather than just a player.
Here's where things get wild. Buried inside that rookie contract was something no other player has pulled off. The prime equity clause. What does that mean? Simple. Every dollar tied to Shedeur's name, image, or likeness doesn't just make the NFL money, it makes him money too. Jerseys with his name? He gets a cut. Special edition merch? He gets a cut. Even highlight clips that the league usually milks for cash. Yeah, Shedeur's getting paid off those too.
Which far exceeds most rookie earnings. In addition, he retains full ownership of all his personal media content. This is why you see Shedeur has his own cameraman behind the scenes.
And it doesn't stop there. He also locked in full ownership of his personal media. That means his Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all his platforms stay under his control. Normally, the NFL can flag and pull down content if players post highlights or behind the scenes stuff, but not Shedeur. His contract guarantees he owns his story, his brand, and the revenue that comes with it. And just to make it even spicier, he put his brother Deion Jr. in the deal so he could run the cameras and build the behind-the-scenes empire.
Is about $1.16 million per year. A jersey costs $130. So he'd have to sell about 9,000 jerseys per year, or 35,736 jerseys total to pay out his NFL contract.
That's not just a contract clause, that's a blueprint. And the NFL knows if this catches on, it's game over for the way they've been running business. And here's why the NFL is sweating bullets. The league has built its empire on control. They control the jerseys, they control the sponsorships, they control the highlights. For decades, players have been the product, and the NFL has been the one cashing the biggest checks. But Shedeur's deal cracks that system wide open. If he gets a percentage of every jersey, every clip, every sponsorship tied to his name, then suddenly the league isn't the only one eating off the plate. Imagine a dozen rookies walking in next year asking for the exact same clause. That would blow a hole in the NFL's revenue sharing model, and owners know it.
Bad offensive line in college, no run game, and against good teams was always productive without a lot of mistakes. And yet he slid to the fifth round.
That's why there's so much quiet pushback. Executives don't like it, agents are already asking how they can copy it, and even the commissioner has reportedly been uneasy about Deion's influence. Because if Shedeur pulls this off long term, the NFL's monopoly on player branding might never look the same again. Think about it. Normally, if a player posts a highlight clip or some behind-the-scenes footage, the NFL steps in and takes it down, because those rights belong to the league. But Shedeur, he flipped the script. He can post, monetize, and grow his platforms without worrying about the league shutting him down. That's That's why you always see his team filming everything, from practice to locker room moments to those viral interactions with reporters. It's all by design. Instead of the NFL controlling the narrative, Shedeur is literally running his own media company inside the league. And that's a nightmare for the NFL, because once fans start following his channels directly, they don't need the league's polished version of the story anymore.
This is the first time in history that a 5th round pick has led jersey sales.
Yeah.
Nobody is watching 3rd, 4th round as much as we was watching. But you got to understand, freedom of speech is not free.
Now, let's talk about what this means inside Cleveland. For the Browns, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, Shedeur brings hype, ticket sales, and national attention the team hasn't had in years. On the other hand, they're not the ones holding all the strings anymore. Because every move Shedeur makes isn't just about football, it's about the brand. The team has to work around his media schedule, his cameras in the locker room, and his personal platforms. And here's the wild part. His teammates aren't hating on it. A lot of them are actually curious, asking him how they can build their own brands too.
Was doing what Shedeur was saying, what his father was saying, and the way the father has kind of engulfed his children. As you're going into a league where it's like, yo, I'm going to win. Like, it's everything is resume based. We won everywhere. Yeah, y'all changed the culture because of who y'all were.
So while the Browns get the spotlight, they're also realizing they're sharing it with a rookie who's already operating like the CEO of his own franchise. Here's where things really start to snowball. At the NFL Combine, Shedeur flat out said, "I know how I affect culture." And he wasn't lying. He changed the vibe at Jackson State, he changed it at Colorado, and now he's doing it in the NFL. And the ripple effect, other players are paying attention. Agents are already whispering about a Sanders clause becoming the new standard. Some rookies have even hinted, if I don't get what Shedeur got, I'm not signing. That's unheard of.
And that's how he's always approached everything, to prepare and to approach it like this is it. He's thankful and appreciative of the opportunity.
The NFL has always been about control. Players run, hit, and say yes sir. But Shedeur just showed everybody you can walk in the door as a rookie and demand ownership of your brand. And once one player proves it's possible, you can bet the rest of the league is going to want the same leverage. And here is the reality. Shedeur's playbook looks a lot more like the NBA or global soccer than traditional football. LeBron James runs his own production company. Kevin Durant built a media brand with Boardroom, and stars like Messi and Ronaldo turned their names into billion-dollar businesses.
Draft class. No, and this is why he's going to be a Cleveland Brown. I think he's going to be on the roster no matter what. Because at the end of the day, I do think he has a safe floor at quarterback, but those type of things, moving the needle, moving dollars around and being relevant as a franchise, that's what you want as an owner.
It's always been different. The league owns the clips, the merch, the image. Players just show up and perform. But Shedeur flipped that script. By locking in ownership of his brand from day one, he's treating himself like a global star, not just another rookie quarterback. And that's what shakes the NFL. Because if one rookie can pull this off, others are gonna demand the same. And suddenly, the league isn't the only one in charge of the business anymore. Here's the thing, Shedeur's rookie deal is nothing special on paper. 4 years, $4.6 million, and a $447,000 signing bonus. That's backup money in the NFL. But instead of just taking that bargain deal, he flipped it on its head. He stacked in the prime equity clause, carried over his NIL momentum, and made sure the real payday comes off the field.
Sanders case, because he's in control fully of his business, of his personal brand.
That's what's driving the league crazy. They tried to slot him into a cheap rookie contract, and he turned it into a business model worth tens of millions more. So the real question is, if Shedeur Sanders can walk in as a rookie and shake the NFL's entire power structure, what happens when the next wave of stars demand the same freedom? Drop your thoughts in the comments.